English teacher, word meaning provider, and grammar checker, Lyzl and BRIGOLI, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For today's video, we're going to talk all about the common grammatical errors. But before that, please click the notification bell, like and share for more upcoming videos of mine. So what are we waiting for? Let's go!
Common grammatical errors. So here are the common grammatical errors. But before that, let us define what is a grammatical error or grammatical mistake means. A grammatical error or mistake is a term used in prescriptive grammar to describe an instance of faulty, unconventional, or controversial usage, such as misplaced modifier or an inappropriate verb tense, also called a usage error. Grammatical errors are usually distinguished from those sometimes confused with factual errors, logical fallacies, misspellings, typographical errors, and faulty punctuations. So here are the examples of grammatical errors. We have 20 examples of grammatical errors. First one is apostrophe. Apostrophe are misused often, especially when forming possessive forms of nouns. Some people forget to use an apostrophe, while others are so afraid of forgetting to use apostrophes with abandon. Let's say here for example, compare the following phrases. We have 3 phrases here. The girls are at home, the girl's home, the girl's home. As you can see, the apostrophe are being placed differently from other sentences. The meaning in the above phrases is changed dramatically based on the placement. If any of the apostrophe, when talking about more than one person or object, there is no apostrophe. So let's hear for example here. Boys, chairs, suitcases. The example words are plural words with more than one object or more than one person. The apostrophe with an S is added to show position. Okay, let's hear for example here. The girl's home. The apostrophe is placed before the S, so apostrophe with an S. The girl's home, the student's notebook. It shows position. Likewise, an apostrophe is added after a plural word to show position of that plural noun. We say plural noun like the girls, the students, and the apostrophe is after the S. So that is a plural noun or plural word to show position. The second grammatical mistake is effect versus affect. Okay, effect is a noun. Always remember that effect is a noun. And I have here a memory tip for effect. Think of the phrase cause and effect. Cause ends with an E, and a cause leads to an effect. Affect is a verb. Memory tip for effect. A is for affect action, and verbs are about action. So affect is a verb, and it starts with A. Okay. The third grammatical error is into versus into. Into is a preposition showing that something isn't tied. In and to are 2 words that just happen to be next to each other on occasion. Let's see for example here. He got into the train. So as what you have understood, that the person got himself into the train. So he used into. I dropped in to see you. Log in to the website by pressing this button. The fourth grammatical error is who versus which versus that. Who refers to a people or person, while which and that refers to group or objects, whereas which introduces an essential clause, which adds supplementary and necessary information, while that introduces an essential clause, which adds vital information to the sentence. Let's say for example here. She is the one who drove me home yesterday. So who refers to a person. He is a man who loves playing guitar. So who refers to a people or a person. I don't like cereal that has chocolate in it. That is being used in this sentence, and we don't need or we don't know what type of cereal without the essential clause. This cereal which has chocolate in it is not good for you. So we do not need the information in the non-essential clause. So that's why which is being used by this sentence. Next, advice versus advise. So advice is a noun spelled as A-D-V-I-C-E. So it is a noun, whereas advise spelled as A-D-V-I-S-E is a verb. Always remember that. Let's say, for example, here, she took my advice and took out a loan. Advice there is used as a noun. I advised her to take out a loan. So advised in the second example is a verb. So it is used as a verb. Assure versus ensure versus insure. Assure means to tell someone that something will definitely happen, while ensure means to make sure of something, while insure means to buy an insurance policy. Okay, let's see the difference of these three in example sentences. Assure. She assured me that the house would not flood. Ensure. She took steps to ensure that the house did not flood. Ensure. She is glad that the house was insured against flood damage. So, the three was presented as differently with its different categorical meaning. Okay. The seventh grammatical error is further versus farther. Okay, when we say farther, it is for physical distance. When we say further, it is for metaphorical distance. Let's say, for example, here, how much farther do I need to drive? So it is, or it represents a physical distance. I would like to advance further in my career. So, as what you can see, further is represent as metaphorical distance. Another 8 grammatical error, parallel structure. Okay, parallel structure means using the same pattern of words in a sentence. Well, let's say, for example, I like hiking, swimming, and biking. Okay, it is correct. But it is not like I like hiking, to swim, and biking. It is not a correct parallel structure. So, that is why it is incorrect. Okay, I was asked to write my report quickly, thoroughly, and accurately. So, it shows a parallel structure with the same pattern of words in a sentence. I was asked to write my report quickly, thoroughly, and in an accurate manner. So it does not follow a parallel structure, so it is incorrect. One of the most common errors in English is disrespecting a parallel structure. So be careful in making the correct pattern or the correct parallel structure in your sentences. The ninth grammatical error is who versus whom. Who refers to the subject of the sentence, okay? While whom refers to the object of a verb or preposition. Let's say, for example, here, who wants the last piece of pie? So who is refers to us, the subject. Whom do you trust more? You is the subject, whom is the object. Always remember that. The 10th grammatical error is an versus a. If the beginning of a word sounds like a consonant, we use a. If it sounds like a vowel, we use an. Okay? Example, it is an old television set. As what you have seen, the word old starts with the vowel letter O. So, we use an. So, it is an old television set. Next, it is a black pearl. As what you have seen, black starts with a consonant letter, which is B. So, we use a. That is why it is a black pearl. 11th grammatical error is on versus in. So on indicating the day or part of a day during which an event takes place, while in is used for specific times during day, month, season, or year. Let's use it in a sentence to be clarified. On. He will report on September 26th. But as what you have seen, there's a date, there's a month. So it is a specific time and date. On a very hot evening in July. In. She always reads newspapers in the morning. In the summer, we have a rainy season for 3 weeks, so it does not specify any time or day. The new semester will start in March. Okay, another grammatical error, these versus those. The plural of these is these. Use these for nearby things or people, or you can easily touch or easily point out that thing. Well, the plural of that is those. Use those for things or people at a distance or very far away from you or farther away from you. Let's see, for example, here. These. You can purchase these dresses now. Later, we may not visit the same mall. She can buy this pair of shoes now. For those, I will purchase those dresses next week when I visit the mall. Do you visit those temples over there? So it was clearly emphasized that these represents things which is near from you, and those represent an object which is far from you. Next is although versus though. Generally, although is used in more formal writing, though not always. Though not always. See what I did there. Though is more often used in speech and casual writing. Additionally, although usually begins a sentence, while though can come at the beginning of a clause. Okay, let's see for example here. Although I was only 6, I can remember seeing it on TV. So although was used in the beginning of a sentence. Although he was twice as old as us, he became the life and soul of the company. My house was not empty, though I was gone. So though was before the clause. She looked at them as they had betrayed her. Next grammatical error is everyone versus everyone. Okay. Everyone means each individual and can be used of things or people, whereas everyone means all folks, all people. Okay? So, example, when the pencil scattered on the ground, I picked everyone. Everyone is aware of what is happening. So, it is clearly emphasized that in the first example, everyone, the subject picked the pencils scattered on the ground, everyone or each of the pencils. Well, everyone is aware of what is happening. So, it clearly emphasized that everyone or all the people is aware of what is happening. 15th grammatical error, its versus its with an apostrophe s. Its is the contraction of it is, which shows position. Since an apostrophe is normally used to indicate position, its, example, it's a golden purse. It seems like the opposite of the rule since no apostrophe is needed. Try saying it is in a sentence to see if it works. If not, take out the apostrophe. Okay. Its front door will open when you're nearby. Its front door will open when you're nearby. So it is correctly written. 16. Lose versus lose. Lose is a verb that means to be unable to find or something or someone, to fail to win a game or contest, or to fail or to keep or hold. Okay? While lose is an adjective that means not tightly fastened or attached or held. Okay. Let's say for example here, lose. They are losing in the game. As what you have seen, losing means there to be unable to win the game. I lose my control and slap her. So the subject or the person in the sentence cannot control her temper, so she lose his control and slap her. The dresses was too loose for me, so it emphasizes that the dress that being wear by the subject is loose or it does not fit to her body. We went to the dentist because I have a loose tooth. Okay, next is then versus than. Than is a conjunction used to introduce the second part of an unequal comparison. It is also introduced the rejected choice in expression of preference. Well, dictionaries define then lots of different ways. In that case, at that time, next in order place or time, at the same time, soon afterward, in addition, or as a consequence. Let's see for example here. Than. Amanda is shorter than Annabelle is, so it compares two persons. Okay? She would rather die than wear high heels, so it is a comparative sentence that uses than. Then, standing next to Edwin is Ethan, then my roommate Claire. Okay. If we're having fun together, then you should take lots of photographs. Your versus your, the next grammatical error. Your is the second person possessive adjective, used to describe something as belonging to you. Your is always followed by a noun or a gerund. Your is the contraction of you are, and is often followed by the present participle, verb from ending in or ing. So, your is the contraction you are. Okay? When you are is being contracted to each other, it will resort to your. Let's use it in a sentence. Is this your book? Your pen is on the desk. Here is your bag. So it represents a person. You're going to be late for English class. Is what you are wearing to the office party. So you're there is the contraction of you are. Okay? Next is the 19th grammatical error is lie versus lay. To lay is to set or otherwise place something in a resting position, while a lie is an untruth. However, it's the verb form of lie that people find difficult to distinguish from lay. The verb lie means to tell a falsehood. Let's see, for example here, I don't like to lay my purse on the floor. The dogs always lay their toys next to their water bowls. Okay. We use lie. Okay. The fat cat likes to lie in the sun. Lie down and relax. So it is being used in the sentence differently. Okay. The last grammatical error is there versus there versus there. Oh, what a confusion. There is a contraction for they are. So if they are is being contracted to each other or fused, it will resort to there with an apostrophe. There refers to something owned by a group, okay? And there refers to a place. Example for there. They're going to the beach, okay? Let's try to read it. They are going to the beach. Okay. The student will come together with their parents. Okay. There is a beautiful beach here. So each of these words is being used as it modify as a sentence or what does a sentence mean. So there, and there. Okay. It is used differently with its specific sentences. Okay. Thank you so much for listening. And I hope you've gained knowledge from my class.
That's a wrap. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I hope you've learned something from my video. Hope to see you next time. Again, this is your English teacher, word meaning provider, grammar checker, Lyzl and BRIGOLI. See you and goodbye!